Well, good afternoon to you, Michelle. Indeed, as you rightly say, the issues of hostel dwellers, or should we say township dwellers, is the issue of space, Michelle. And importantly, if you're going to ask about the background to why, for example, hostels were developed, that takes us back into the apartheid years, because remember, the apartheid government decided that they were going to create hostels, in particular for migrant men who came from villages to come and work in the cities, and they created what is called single hostels for men in particular to live in after they come back from work. But that over the years has become a problem, Michelle, and you will know that the democratic government has been trying relentlessly to develop what they call integrated housing structures, or what they would term the social units or family units, so that you have a mother and a father and their children living there, in order to make sure that you have a family unit. So what brings us then to the Dube hostel, Michelle, is indeed the issue that right now is quite topical in the township of Alexandra, for example, the issue of land, or the lack thereof, and the people there very, very unhappy with the responses from government in trying to allocate land. But also there are other issues that couple with that, because that leads to the issue of people not living in healthy and sanitized environments. But Michelle, let me not talk too much. I am joined by Mr. Spiwe Mhlongo, and he is quite an important man, Michelle, because Mr. Mhlongo is the chairperson of Izinduna in the Johannesburg hostels. That sort of gives you a picture of how important a person he is. Let's talk to Mr. Mhlongo now. Mr. Mhlongo, thank you very much for your time. Firstly, I want to talk about the housing development that is adjacent to where we are. If the viewers perhaps had a way to see just behind this structure that is behind you here, is that very development. It was development by government in 2011. It was completed by the provincial government. It was ready for occupation. Beautiful. It was termed state of the art by government. Since then, it's been vandalized, the roofs taken out, windows, the doors. I want to know from you why it is that that structure was vandalized by the community, because it was aimed at people like yourselves who live in hostels.
First of all, I would like to correct this. We would like to be referred to as hostel residents, not as dwellers, because hostel has been in existence for many years now, our forefathers until to us as well. Indeed. So we are hostel residents.
I absolutely agree with you, sir, and I apologize. Let me take back those words, hostel residents. Thank you.
Okay, the thing that caused delays in occupation of these places is because there was a disagreement on rentals. First of all, they spoke about 750 per month, and thereafter they say that money will increase it to 950 or so. So there was a delay in agreeing on how much must be paid. So the hostel residents has been paying from 5 rands at our father's times and went up to 21 rand. So now the gap between 21 rand and this 750 is so much. That's why there's a delay.
What about the people who live in hostels? Do they enjoy living in hostels, or would they want to live in better communities?
I saw a letter that says, we live here, we'll die here. It means they enjoy being here.
So people who live in hostels, they enjoy living in hostels.
100%.
So why is it then that government would want to go and build what they called at the time family units, in order for people like yourselves who choose to live in hostels to live a slightly improved life, if you like?
We're also surprised when they want to demolish hostels and make family units. There was no need at all, actually. But now we accept it now because we are a new generation. To stay in hostels and also in these flats is fine for us.
The hostel residents, Mr. Mhlongo, also at a time like this, it's approaching winter time, and we know the issues that come with this period. Electricity gets cut off, and one of the hostels that becomes a talking point is Dube. Why is it that the residents of Dube, for example, tend to have problems with Eskom in as far as the electricity supply is concerned?
It is surprising us. Why? Because the most affected place is Dube Hostel, where we are now.
Why is Dube constantly cut off?
We even don't know why. Especially in winter, every week we have got a problem with the lights.
Eskom will often tell us that it's as a result of non-payment. People refuse to pay rent.
Our wholesales are the same. They pay the same. It's just an excuse.
How much is paid by hostel residents?
For now, I think it is 21 rand, because I'm not staying in the hostel for now, but it's to about 21 rand. That's what I think.
So 21 rands for electricity?
Yes.
What about other services, like, for example, water supply, sanitation?
All inclusive, because we come from 5 rands during our time of our fathers. So now it's about 21 rand, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's this 21 rands, it goes towards electricity, it goes towards water, it goes towards sanitation. Am I right?
Two lights. Two lights. Yes.
Mr. Mhlongo, the final point I want to explore with you is whether or not the residents that are standing behind you here are in agreement with you. You speak on behalf of the hostel residences around the city of Johannesburg. Is everyone agreed with you that life in the hostels is the life that they want to live, or if given an opportunity they would go and live somewhere else?
I can say and assure you, all of people who stay in hostels are so happy to be in hostels, because it's also it has got a privacy as well, special privacy for men as well. They enjoy it. Those who did not enjoy are out of hostel now, like myself, put it that way.
All right, well, that's Mr. Spiwe Mhlongo, and he is talking to us on behalf, of course, Michelle, of the Izinduna Zase Hostel in the Johannesburg area. And we're going to continue this conversation. In the next hour, we are going to be talking to some of the residents, as Mr. Mhlongo put it, not dwellers. That's a bit insulting to them. So when we refer to them as hostel residents, that sounds better. So we're going to be speaking to residents who live in Dube to give us their own perspective about what makes them comfortable. But also importantly, Michelle, let's not forget, it is an election year. Who do they trust most among these political parties? And the governing party, for example, that has been in charge of government for the many years, are they satisfied with its performance? So that's the conversation that we're going to be having. But for the time being, let's hand it back to you.